Welcome back to the Rush Hour with Gus, Jude and Wendell. Let's talk to this champion.
Well, we were worried that we might have bitten off more than we could chew with this interview, but now we're confident that it's going to go down well. We're talking to a professional eater, which in a way we all are. I mean, I personally eat to stay alive. If that's not the definition of eating for a living, I don't know what is. But this guy does it on a stage in front of lots of people, eating lots of stuff really quickly. And you know what? He's the best in Australia at it. Please welcome to the Rush Hour, the pride of Borkham Hills, the number one competitive eater in the country, James Webb.
Yeah, we've got Webby in the show right now in studio. How are you, mate?
Good, thank you for having me.
Mate, it's fantastic to have you on board. Less than 2 years ago, you've gone from a job in sales to becoming Australia's number one competitor in professional eating. What made you make the change and how did you become so good so quick?
It's pretty crazy. It started as a bit of a joke. My fiance planned a day trip for us. I don't drink alcohol, but she's down for some cheese and wine. So she wanted to go to the Hunter Valley for a day.
Oh, yeah.
So to bribe me, she planned like a day trip. We're going to go to the fudge factory, the cheese factory, the Khartoum Hotel for lunch, and then we're going to go do a cheese and wine tour. I'm like, okay. Anyway, so we skip the first cheese factory, go to the Khartoum Hotel, and they have a burger, a challenge on the wall. And I thought the picture was actually photoshopped. It was huge. It was like a 5-kilo burger with a kilo of onion rings and fries and wedges and whatever. And me being the smart aleck that I am, I'm like, can I do that? And the guy's looking at me. He's like, if you want, but it's going to cost you $80. I'm like, okay, like whatever.
Wow.
And my fiance's like, oh, you're not going to do it. Like, kind of G up. So I'm like, all right, let's do this. Anyway, so I ate this burger. 23 minutes later, I got $550 prize money because 55 people before me had failed. And every time someone failed, the owner put $10 in the piggy bank. So I ate a burger, had a full belly, broke some crazy record, and my whole weekend was paid for.
James, I mean, no disrespect, but I look and say you standing next to Gus Walland.
Well, there's no need to bring me into this.
I'm just saying,
I know where you're going with this.
Competitive eating, I just would have thought a bigger bone body like Gus Walland would just take the cake. But no, you're on fire.
Well, I do take the cake, but not as much cake as James.
To be honest, a lot of the top guys, they're quite fit. I guess, like Wendell would know, when you play elite sports, it takes a lot of discipline. So if you want to be good at something, it's kind of on you. Like no one's going to say, go to training, put in 100%, do this, do that. With eating, it's the same. We train, we practice, we prepare. So like...
How?
Well, for example, the night before a contest, I go to the buffet and I smash food until I can't walk to stretch my stomach. And then the next day I have to wake up early, hit the gym, kind of sweat it out and hydrate very well. So no one's going to say, if your contest, for example, let's take Nathan's. The day starts at 7:30. You've got to be in the lobby at 7:30 to catch the team bus, right? So I have to wake up at 4:30 to go to the gym to, train and then obviously hydrate and then get on the bus and you're sitting around for 3-4 hours. No one's going to make you get up at 4:30 after you've been at the buffet till midnight, stuffing your face. It's kind of on you, right? But that's the kind of stuff that we do that no one really sees. They kind of just see, the TikTok video or the YouTube or whatever, right? So there's a lot of it that goes behind the scenes that no one really sees. Same as elite sport. Like a proper athlete has to sleep, has to train, has to do everything like to the letter. And we're kind of the same. We just do silly things on game day.
Speaking of game day, Nathan's hot dog eating competition, it's like the Super Bowl of eating, okay?
Literally.
So I'm not trying to be disrespectful here, but you came fourth, okay? So you're not on the podium?
Came third.
Okay.
I'm on the podium.
I thought it was fourth. Okay,
Third.
I'm wrong. Tell us this. What did the guy who won it eat and how do you eat that many hot dogs?
So Joey Chestnut, he's the number one for a reason. He ate 62. He's the best.
In what time?
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
62 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Yes.
That's with the bun as well.
Well, it's not necessarily the bun, is it?
No.
Well, they count hot dog and bun, but we technically separate the hot dog from the bun and eat them separately.
Wow.
Okay,
That's
so he
awesome.
ate 62.
Yes.
Whoever came second, what did they eat?
Jeff Esper, also number 2 in the world, great eater. He ate 49.
What
And
did
what
you
did
eat?
you?
47.
Wow.
Okay.
So how can you improve? So how do you close that gap?
So last year I ate 41 and finished third.
Okay.
And Jeff ate 49. So actually I closed the gap a lot this year. Yeah. If you do hot dogs per minute, I closed the gap by a minute on Joey and literally 20 seconds. I'm 20 seconds away from second place. So I've actually closed the gap a lot. To increase 6 hot dogs in a year, that's pretty mental.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of the Americans, they were like, they couldn't believe what I had done because they were like, 41, we're going to rinse you this year. Like all our numbers have been 42 to 45, 46. And I did 47. So I'm like...
Beautiful. Have you got a particular technique that you use to get this stuff done?
To be honest, there's a couple.
Okay.
With hot dogs especially, the best, or for me anyway, you pick up 2 hot dogs, 1 bun. You munch on the hot dogs while you dunk the bun.
What are you dunking the bun in?
I choose cranberry juice.
Oh,
You're
okay.
allowed to choose any drink you want. Some guys use hot water, tea. Americans have this obsession with fruit punch.
Right.
To me, it tastes like cough medicine, but they have fruit punch and cherry flavored everything in America. So
Right.
like it's like their orange juice, you know. I can't hack fruit punch, but I don't know what it is. The red flavored drinks in America, whatever dye they use, it just disintegrates food. So you put a bun in, for example, let's say orange juice.
Yes.
It'll be soggy. But then you put it in something red like fruit punch or cranberry juice or red Powerade, it becomes like double soggy. It's weird. But you need the soggy bun to get it down. That's how you kind of push it down your throat because you need 2 hands. You can't waste time drinking. So the idea is you use a soggy bun as your drink. It's
Okay.
not
So
that
that's
great.
one technique. What's the other?
Some people do like 1 hot dog, 1 bun, or others just do like with a whole hot dog, bite, sip on the drink. But that doesn't work for me.
So
And
you finish third, and then I would just think I want to celebrate, but you're almost in a food coma. Like, what happens there? Is it celebrate the day after?
no,
Or?
so to be honest, the Americans, they party pretty hard, right? So basically,
Oh, wow.
this year was a bit strange because the contest got delayed because of rain. But normally we have about 4 or 5 hours to like chill out and have a nap and do whatever. And the after party starts at 7 and it'll go to like 7 in the morning. But basically I have a sweet tooth. So I came back and smashed a couple of Oreos and then had a power nap or a food coma, whatever you want to call it. But to be honest, it's more about getting that flavor of soggy hot dog out of your mouth. It is disgusting.
Do you chunder at all?
If you chunder, you're disqualified.
Oh, wow.
Can you chunder after?
You can, but that's up to you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like some people do, some people don't. I'm more of a number 2 guy. I need a nappy.
Yep.
So like any nappy companies, if you make adult nappies and you want a sponsor, I'm your guy.
James, let me ask you, you do hold the record for donuts, but glazed donuts, is that right?
Yeah, that is
Oh,
crazy.
we love donuts in here.
So how big are the
Yeah.
donuts? We're talking about Krispy Kremes, sort of glazed donuts?
To be honest, they're a little bit bigger than Krispy Kremes.
Bigger?
Yeah. So in America, Bakemark is like the biggest baking company. They supply most of the bakeries with sweet stuff and all that. So Krispy Kreme, it's a little bit bigger than Krispy Kreme, but in America, their original glaze is very different to what we have here.
Oh.
So like here, the original glaze, for example, if you get the donut and you crunch it, it kind of crumbles. Theirs is like sticky, like syrupy. So it's the donut itself is thicker, but the syrup, the coating is less, if that makes sense.
So you smashed 59.5 glazed donuts in 8 minutes.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
And you're a world record holder because of that.
I broke Joey Chestnut's record of 55.
He must be looking at you now thinking, who's this kid? Who's this punk
Out of Borkham
from
Hills.
Australia, out of Borkham Hills, who's now going to take me down?
To be honest, he actually pulled me aside at the after party when he was very intoxicated and had like a chat to me. And he's like, it's good to see someone like pushing everybody to make them better. Not many foreigners besides Kobayashi 10 years ago has kind of pushed the Americans to the limits and made them want to improve. But last year I was like that new kid on the block. People like didn't really care. They were like, oh yeah, he'll be gone as fast as he turns up. Then I turned up this year. I came 4th. I came 1st. Then I came 3rd at Nathan's. Everyone's like, holy wow, this guy is like something we got to worry about. Because now I'm at the point I'm taking American prize money. So the Americans that bank on this, it's a pretty penny some of the winnings, right?
So what did you get for coming third, for instance, in at Nathan's?
$1,000 American.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Nathan's is $3,500 American.
Okay.
The donut hole contest was 1,000 American, and the donut record that I broke is 2,000 American. So
Is there sponsorship outside that? Like, can you get sponsorship if you're good enough?
I can, yeah. And to be honest, when I was in America, a lot of companies reached out to me thinking I was like living in America. So I'm still working on that, but work in progress.
Hey, the fiance or girlfriend that took you to the Hunter, you still with her?
My fiance, yes, she's
Your
stuck with
fiance.
me.
She
Yes,
stuck with you.
She stuck with me.
Hey, good on you,
Good
mate.
on
You
you,
seem
mate.
like a really lovely, positive guy. It's been lovely to meet you, and best of luck, and we'll follow you because
On
we've been doing Chestnut for 10, 15 years following him. So now we've got an Aussie to support. So
And-
James Webb,
yeah.
thank you for coming in.
And good luck to your team. You're Parramatta Eels, man.
Yes, I am. Even though they break my heart, I'm still a Parramatta Eels man.
Good
I
on you, James.
I appreciate
Good
it,
on
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Good on you. Coming up next, we're going to wrap up the show with Simply the Best.